Welcome everyone to a regular podcast episode, but special edition because I have Sinzar with me. Hey, Sinz.
Going on?
Not much, honestly. We were actually supposed to record this yesterday, but I was basically dead tired and couldn't, so we had to change the date. So now we're doing it live in the Discord again, and hoping that more people also join up. Oh, I see people are starting to drop in. Let's see. This is a really weird time for most people. What did you say? It's 4:30 a.m. your time?
For me, it is 4:30. I have just woken up, so if I seem a little bit sleepy, that is the reason.
Yeah. So it's not the best time for anyone really, because in Europe this is just like it's a normal work day. So this is around like midday. So people are working. So I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so let's go quickly. I think that there's not much more to say than we said in the Newsday. So let's just super quickly go over the 3 units to remind everyone that didn't listen to the Newsday episode. Sound good?
Sounds good.
So first off, we have the prize of the banner, which should be Die, right? I guess maybe depends on how you see it, but he's definitely the strongest damage dealer, right?
Yeah, as far as the units themselves go, Die is absolutely the prize of the banner.
Exactly. Die clocks in at 400 base LB, right? Or is it 400 with his own buff?
It's with his own buff. It's 400 LB, and then 450 if it's a demon.
Right. So very strong, very strong LB. Falls a bit below Knights of Grandshell to have 450 when they're done, right? Against everything.
Yeah, Knights of Grandshell are 450 just period, regardless of race.
Yeah, exactly. But he's still very strong. Like he clocks in basically just below Knights of Grandshell in damage, right? I don't know what his comparison would be to Esther, given her damage. She also has something 400 something, right? So she's slightly higher.
No, Esther's got 375, and she has a little bit lower attack power than these units, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, Esther actually is slightly falling behind a little bit. She's still really good, but as far as just raw burst damage, she's slowly being crept.
Yeah, sure, but her big benefit is again being non-elemental and also chaining with her LB, so that makes team composition so much nicer. Like you still can't see a proper clear without Esther. I feel so. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The non-elemental factor of Esther is an enormous boost, and that alone will keep her going for a lot longer than these units.
Yeah, for sure. And I was a bit surprised actually. The Die manga and anime seems to have a lot of more fans than I thought, because people in Discord were being happy about it. So I heard it's on Crunchyroll, so I'm gonna give it actually a try to see how good it is. I'm a sucker for shonen, as we have concluded many times on this pod, I think. But yeah, so a really good unit. I mean, strong damage dealer. Probably will start falling off as we get like Big Dick Tidus and all of the other like Balthier, right? Is also one of these huge units coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be very fun to start seeing these huge numbers soon. Is it an actual incoming big leap again, right? Like a huge leap in numbers?
Well, the ball theory thing people keep talking about, it's because like roll compression, like he is just higher damage period than what we're used to. But also the way ball theory works is like his big burst is because Fran buffs him up, and it's for like more specifically for races that are really hard to gear for killers for, like you can't gear a 5 team of killers. Like Ball Theor's big thing is it's 2 units that do the DPS of 1, so therefore like you can focus all your best killers on him, and it's like doubling down in effect because Fran boost up Ball Theor.
So it's kind of the VV Marilith
exactly
Steiner thing going on again, right? Like you're kind of getting a lot of gear economy in there.
Exactly. It's exactly like VV and Steiner. Yeah, like you pull all the gear on 1 unit, and they're doing the equivalent DPS of 2 units with 1 gear sharing.
Yeah, that's really nice actually. That is especially in the game modes we have today, where you might gear the other useless unit for like passive evade provoke or being your mirage spammer or some shit. So yeah. Okay, but yeah, Die is good. And then we have 2 dead units on the banner. Well, dead, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. So, but I guess we can both agree that their main use is their TMRs and STMRs, right?
Well, for Pop, absolutely. Pop is exceptionally specialized because of the dual element magical lock. But Mam's okay as a DPS
Yeah,
unit.
she does some damage. Isn't her LB like 330 base or something? Or sorry, this SLB is like 330 or something. So 360 with Tidus.
Yeah, yeah. Her SLB is above the curve for non-premium, so she's fine as a standalone unit.
Yeah, I feel like Mom's biggest problem is also her biggest advantage. So, what people might not know is that her SLB also gives her 250% killers to 7 races, including like some weird ones like aquatics that are usually very hard to get by. Well, I guess that's not
Hmm.
true anymore with Roberta, but yeah, okay. Um, but the problem is, like, if you want to spread those buffs with Zon, which is like what you would be doing, people are talking about her as like a Zon niche, right? You're bringing her in Zon, and then you're spreading 250 buffs to your entire party. But the problem is she gets these on her SLB, so she's not going to be bursting together with your party, right? Unless you're kind of doing this weird setup where you're like doing SLB first, spreading, and then waiting for her second SLB to burst, which sounds that sounds like a lot of effort. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, the way Zon can do it, Zon can steal the buffs and then continuously refresh them on himself for eternity. So, you know,
Yeah, but you
you
would still have to wait for 2 SLBs
yes,
off MAM, right? Like that's kind of
yes.
the problem. If you have her at, let's say, EX1, right, then that's turn 8 at the earliest that you can actually burst.
It'd be turn 10 at EX1, but
Oh
yes.
shit, yeah, because EX1 is 5 turns until SLB. Oh my god, yes, yes, yeah.
Long
Even
clear.
worse, right?
Mhm.
It does look like we're getting EX1 for all of these units, though, right? Because we're getting this daily thing that gives
Uh,
us
if you pull these units from the daily, you should get EX2 basically for free because
EX2. Oh, if you
yeah,
buy VIP points, you mean, or
yeah, because you got 1,000 from VIP, 30 from login, 20 from
but
was it
just
the
to
raid or
note,
something?
the VIP cost 2,000 VIP points though to get those 100. So I would love to do it for MAM, but I honestly don't think I can afford it because I only have 1,000 something VIP points.
Oh, in that case, yeah,
Yeah,
probably not.
my VIP points, like I used to have a lot more when I was spending a lot more in the game, obviously, but now I spend most of my VIP points, like buying up 20 shards for units that I never pulled, so in case I pull them, I get EX1 ASAP and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So they are disappearing quickly. But yeah,
For
that's
sure.
a good point. It's like you are getting EX2 at least, and MAM is decent, but I think like again, big power for her is that fist. It's a really strong two-handed fist, much stronger than our second best, which is like, is it like 5 years old now? Or I don't know when the Igaian fist came out.
The Igon's arm, yeah, it's really old and it's still like for today's meta, one like it was a 162 attack power or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
It's really low.
So that's a very big buff, at least to like people like Sakura. I've seen people say this is going to be great for Chao once variance comes in too, because Chao can wear it. So it's a very nice weapon.
I didn't even think of that for Chow because it had a spirit on it. No, that's
Yeah,
true.
exactly. So I actually don't know why it has spirit on it, because I feel like the only thing about her kit that scales with spirit is like a weird counter heal or something like that, right?
It's probably just like the whole classic lore monks or spirit scaling, etc.
Yeah. But like she really, like, I would have at least expected her to have some type of spirit scaling skill or something. But if Muspel was here, he would say they are super afraid of making spirit scaling in DPS because of Shu Wen back in the day. But yeah. So yeah. Oh, and we forgot to mention. So Pop kind of clocks in damage wise at slightly below. Well, like actually, I'm gonna say it like this: Pop clocks in slightly above Aerith's holy gimmick, and clocks in well below, our big damage dealers like Angela and Dark Rain and even Renoa. Uh,
Hmm.
Damage is still decent, but the problem is 2 elements. So might not be a problem, might be a problem. Depends very much on the fight. I'm gonna say that for the stages up until the last stage in DV, it's gonna be a problem because there you usually have one preferred element, right?
Yeah. For the final boss, you can usually use whatever, but even then, like you only got one field. You're probably only bringing one really big imperil. So, and then for other bosses, like having a second element is just an absolute handicap because the boss is not neutral to everything across the board or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that it's gonna be. I mean, might be difficult to use, might not, but I also understand that Pop has a really weird setup because I mean, you're gonna do the SLB at least to get his setup in. Not sure, like I don't know, Sinzar. Can you tell us a bit from the crystal ball? Like, is this a mechanic that's gonna be recurring in JP where we're using the SLB as setup? Because I've seen a couple of units do it now.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a few units that the SO. Well, actually, we've already had that for a while. Like for example, well, it's not the SOB, but like Renoa, she
Renoa
does
does it. Yeah, exactly.
the SOB into setup. Very briefly looking at the upcoming JP units. Regina is very similar to that.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah, isn't Regina like bursts once every 100 turns or something bizarre?
Something like that. I don't know the exact rotation, but yeah, Regina is definitely like a either Dark Visions unit or a unit that can OTK a trial, and if you can't OTK it, bring someone else.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. All right, but yeah, so those are the units. We got another piece of content with this release as well, which is the EX battle, I guess. There are 5 levels of trivial battles, and then there is a final stage that gives you the Mystic Crystal and the 3K Lapis. Um, so me and Sinzar, we were talking in Discord where you didn't agree with me. I actually enjoyed the fight, where you hated it because it does nothing. But
Well,
yeah,
I didn't hate it, but for example, for my clear, I took a naked Roberta, a Runda that was just using some evasion gear, and a Kaito using like budget gear, and that was the team. So a naked unit, a free unit wearing the bare minimums, and then last week's good unit. And
yeah.
those 3 guys, literally, like I just pushed like the chain button and basically the repeat button for like 4 rounds, and I won all missions, took 0 damage, nothing happened, and it was like the most boring, trivial joke of a fight. And like I don't know, I didn't enjoy that. I want my EX fights to be. I don't want like trial level EX fights. I mean, I
But
do,
some effort, right?
yeah, I realize why they don't do it that hard. But I mean, this is just they went way too far into the joke category with this event.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. So the only reason I disagreed with you is because I made it hard for myself. So I was reading the Moogle and I was seeing like, oh wait, I went into the fight and then I saw, oh, the first line of units puts up magic mitigation. So I actually just never tried, Roberta fire buff and doing a Kaito AoE break and chain. I just like, oh, I need to bring damage dealers for magic. So I had to like bring in Renoa and bring in another unit that was going to quad cast chain with her. So I had like a bit of fun without knowing just how trivial everything is. But yeah, like if you have Kaito, that or any AoE breaker and then AoE chainer, this is trivial. The only thing I guess we should mention is that fire is a big weakness, right? Like it seems to be a lot of resistances to the other elements.
Yes, it's you want to use fire or thunder for this
Right.
fight.
Although, to be fair, like I also didn't feel that because I used wind damage for the first wave. I was using Renoa chaining her Eroga, and that worked as well. So, I mean, it's how much power you have that really matters, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I used the thunder. It's like I did kill it in 2 turns because my first turn was actually just set up. I used just the tornado to imperil, and then on turn 2 I just quadcast the Eroga, and that's basically it. It worked fine. But Renoa, she's a bit weird. She has like really big mods on her magic spells. She gets those big buffs on them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so whatever. I mean, it worked. The second wave is physical weak instead, but again, Kaito destroys it. In fact, you know what? I destroyed the second wave using the wrong chaining skills. I didn't use the one that breaks. So that should tell you a bit about the power level of, I guess, the trial. Although I think I might have used Obsidian, though. Maybe. I don't remember.
Well, if you were using Kaito, Kaito has the Obsidian Bracer effect built in. He auto cast breaks at the start of a battle.
Oh, yeah. So then I had some small breaks anyway. So that's good. Yeah, so easy fight. And I guess like something happened as well, and we got communication about compensation too. So there was a change to Clash of Wills, Sinzar. Can you tell us what it was?
Yes. So Clash of Wills, lots of people made guides last week. People cleared it last week. And the event, okay, so the event, based on the data mine, we know that their original intention was for the whole party to, on the threshold, your whole party would be reduced to 1% HP. This is the way it should have worked, is you would be reduced to 1% HP, then you would get a 90% healing reduction on your party, meaning it would be exceptionally challenging to recover from the threshold.
Yeah.
What actually happened is the boss's threshold was set as multi-hit instead of single hit, meaning it would kill your entire party. So the only way to deal with it was re-raise. That actually made it easier because by dying on the threshold, this removes the healing penalty, and you come back after re-raise at full health anyway. So therefore, there is no recovery needed. You just continue the fight exactly as was, other than having to rebuff yourself. So it was a lot easier than what was intended.
Right.
Now, during maintenance, they fixed the fight to where the threshold was a one-hit skill, so it didn't kill you. So it left your entire party at 1% health with the healing debuff, and then the next turn the boss continues his rotation, which means your party is going to be stuck at 1% HP, and even like Kresnik can't. Well, maybe he could, but he's unlikely to be able to top your party off from that. So basically, it was significant.
Because the reduction works on like percent HP stuff as well, right? So like even though Kresnik has 100% and Bulwark has as well, like 100% HP heal, those are going to be mitigated, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this made the fight a lot harder. Also, it also basically negated all the guides people made last week. So all the content creators, they put in a lot of work to make guides. People were following them. It's just a bad situation all around. You don't change a ranked boss this drastically in the middle of a ranking event.
Yeah, I feel like they just didn't know. Like I think, to be fair to Gumi, I think they thought they were actually doing us a favor, to be honest. Like I think they went in and they said, okay, you know what? We're gonna fix this boss because it's so much harder to use re-raise. Or, like they like it wasn't intentional for you to kill the party. And I just don't think they accounted for the fact that, well, you're gonna be screwed by all the debuffs.
Yeah. So Thursday night or Thursday morning or whatever for you, during maintenance, they changed it. The change made it the way it was supposed to work. It also made the fight significantly harder for those people that didn't cap yet. Some people were unhappy, but they just put out, breaking news in game that they are reverting the fix, and it's going back to the way it was from day one, which is a good change. So they're going to be putting it back the way it was. So all the guides will start working again. If you didn't do it the first week, you can now cap the same way everyone else did it last week, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and it's a bit sad because I know where they came from. I know they were trying to do a good thing because I know when they did it, like people on Discord were like, "Oh, nice! This is actually going to increase the amount of units you can bring to the trial because you don't anymore have to bring a unit that can do AOE re-raise." So they were like, they were thinking in the right way, but like unfortunately, of course, the re-raise actually helped in this case.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, but it's good to know we're getting some compensation for this, so that's being reverted. So you can just go back to Sinzar's YouTube and figure out which one of the clears you're gonna do. I actually am gonna copy one of your clears as well, Sinzar, because I just got my Kaito yesterday. I have to share this. I did some intense fucking shivering yesterday. All right, like I think I got 4 NVs in total from like 20 pulls or something.
Wow.
Or 30 pulls maybe. One of them was Mam. One of them was Kaito. And so it was like, yeah, I had a good day. I had a good day yesterday when it came to NVs. I got some more units too. I just forgot like all the awesome units I got because I was doing EX1s of a ton of units yesterday, honestly. Like I just forgot who they were. So yeah, it's I think now I'm going to try to do a Kaito clear with now that I have Kaito finally.
Oh, yeah. Kaito is so, it's his class as well, so obviously, but he's just so good, period. So that was an amazing pull you did.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was talking about it in last week's proper episode, just how much of a fucking unit this unit is. I can do everything and does it really well. So I love Kaito. I love this type of design of unit anyway. Like, and I am still one in the camp of I actually think Freyevia is really good too. I think that yes, Kaito has much higher numbers and is probably going to be useful more times. But Freyevia has that whole she brings everything to the table thing, where literally everything. You need nothing if you're bringing Freyevia. It's like she's gonna do everything for your party, all the amps, imperils, breaks, fields, all of it.
For the ice stuff, yeah, Freyevia is definitely the best ice buffer by far.
Yeah,
and I guess it is kind of nice that in the next week or two, whenever they do magic variants, Freyevia gets a boost as well.
Oh, that's actually right. Wait, yeah, because even physical type gets magic variants, right?
Well, no. Well, her physical side won't change, but
no. But I mean, I was just confused because I thought the magic variants. I think actually you and me talked about this already, but I was confused. I thought the magic variants was only going to apply to pure magic abilities and spells, but it actually applies to physical type as well.
Yes, it does. It applies to magic damage. So whether the damage is physical type or magical type, as long as the damage type is magic, the variance
Ah.
will apply. So
Oh
yes,
shit! So you mean I'm gonna have to be gearing my Roberta with one STMR? No, wait.
yes, no,
No. I'm gonna
no,
be
no.
giving her fucking Sakura's STMR.
You could, or a better choice would be well, actually, no, that if you're going Thunder, Sakura's SDMR is fine because remember hers is locked to Thunder.
Oh yeah, shit.
Um,
Right.
Probably the most common Roberta weapon is going to be Friavia's STMR if Friavia is on the party, or people that pull Yish in the upcoming days will probably want to go that as well,
Okay.
or Dark Vienna's STMR. There's a bunch of options for Roberta, but yes, you're going to be forcing double hand on Roberta whenever possible in the future.
Oh shit. Interesting. But that will also mean she will be probably clocking in at as our highest damage dealer in Clash of Wills once that
by
happens.
by a large chunk. Yes, Roberta is by far the highest damage dealer in Clash of Wills after variants.
Yeah, yeah. Because right now, like we were actually just joking about it before the episode, it's still fucking Sky because she does so much damage. But since Roberta is like she's lower than Sky, yes, she does like I don't know 25% less damage than Sky or something, but she's gonna do 50% more soon. So that's gonna that's gonna make her a lot stronger. So she's gonna be the strongest unit. That's gonna be very fun.
I am definitely looking forward to that.
I mean, in what world would you not be bringing her in a cow team already? Because she's so good as a unit again. Like she does so many things for your party. I guess she does the only thing Friavia doesn't do, which is do 300% LB buffs and stat buffs.
Mm-hmm. Also, the tag chain in Roberta is super convenient.
Yeah, so good. So good. 60 hit chain on her own. It's like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. All right, let's stop simping over Roberta as a unit. Like we all know, Roberta is great, Kaito is great. Like actually, all the recent GL exclusive units, what a treat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I,
Definitely. Which means, are we really looking forward to Anniversary in a few weeks?
or are we getting like another weird unit? Maybe I don't know. Like Oliveira. That was actually good to mention. Oliveira is also going to be a top damage dealer in Cow once Magic Variance comes in. Like I think Oliveira is also going to clock in at Sky damage.
That is true. He's not gonna be like a top damage, but yeah, it is true that Oliveira, as currently is a little bit behind. But then when he gets a 50% damage boost, and the cool thing with Oliveira is his damage boost comes at no trade off.
Yeah, exactly.
For Roberta, you're gonna have to sacrifice some slots to force double hand. The boost for Oliveira is completely free.
Yeah, he's already there. You don't have to do shit. You're just gonna get 50% flat damage. Well, 50% variance damage, but yeah. Although again, Oliveira's I guess big problem is dark locked, so it's
Dark
only
Lock,
for dark stages you're bringing Oliveira. But still, it's worthy mentioning that I think like Oliveira is probably gonna clock in just below Sky or at Sky levels when the variance comes in, which is still big. Yes, Roberta is gonna be above it, but that's still big. And it's interesting that Friavia is getting a small boost too. Like again, I feel they missed the mark a bit with Friavia's mods. Although I don't want to complain because also Friavia brings so much in one unit that if she had like the same mods as Kaito, that would be such a hard unit to creep ever. Like she would never leave your fucking team.
I guess.
I mean,
And something else.
as long as you can use ice, why wouldn't you bring the unit that does absolutely everything for you and does relevant damage, right? Right now, it's a trade off. At least right now, she brings less damage, so you might want to bring it elsewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, sorry. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say one more news you may want to cover this week is I'll post it in the chat. Is we got the update for next Clash of Wills for the coming month.
Earth, Lightning, Wind. So fuck you, Kaito and Friavia, basically. And
yeah, that's a little weird to me. Normally, when they bring a new unit, they will at least feature that unit twice in a row.
Yeah.
So putting out Kaito and then
but I mean, of course, you're gonna use Kaito anyway. You're just not gonna use water, or at least
for sure.
Or maybe I don't know. I mean, depends. I guess like you still have Lara and Sky, so yeah, it might be harder to give him a slot for sure than it is today.
Oh no! Well, for Kaito, the both the races line up with him, so he does.
Demon Dragon, yeah.
200% killers to both, and of course he has non-elemental, so he's going to still deal a ton of damage. Also, he also has the whole support. So Kaito is absolutely coming next month, but it's just a little bit strange that they took away the water weakness. But that's not.
Wait, Kaito has dragon?
Doesn't he? Yeah, he does. The current boss is a dragon.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I thought okay, so you actually potentially don't have to bring Roberta maybe in this, although you will. Like let's not kid around.
Yeah, you definitely will because once again, Magic variants will be here this month.
Oh wait, it will?
Yeah. They confirmed June. June is Magic variant. So there you
Holy
go.
shit, so Big Dick Roberta. Okay. Theory crafting. If Magic Variance is coming, next GLEX is a Magic unit, right? Has to be.
It's possible, but the Magic variant thing is coming because that's just when it came in JP. So that's not really anything.
And look at the elements, Sinzar. It's Earth, Lightning, Wind, right? Like,
Yes.
is it Ibarra?
Ibarra? Ibarra is locked to dark. What?
No, but Ibarra has a lightning form as well. She does lightning damage, right?
Oh, I mean, technically, but whoever
No, I
uses
mean,
that.
as in, do you think Ibarra could be a GLEX unit coming next, like a new Ibarra?
Oh, you
Coming.
mean like just make it a new Ibarra? It's possible, I guess.
But who
Probably
else
not
would...
because she's very Halloween themed.
True.
So
But who would you bring? Like, who would you bring for these elements? Like, even for the elements themselves, even if we don't constrain ourselves to magic damage, like I feel like wind, lightning, and earth. Do we have any
well,
GLEX units?
we have Bulwark and he does the AOE 60% wind amp.
No, but I mean like old GLEX units that might get NV GLEX now, like that use these elements. Can you think of any, like, you know, actually what units haven't we gotten? That would be like Tsukiko, Olive. Wait, what element is Olive? Did she have an element?
Yeah, her TMR is locked to lightning, her original form.
Oh shit.
Could be.
Could be, yeah. Somebody's saying NV Sylvie as well. Like there's a anniversary stream coming up too that might give us some of this info, right?
Yeah, they actually put out news for that as well. June 24th is the global anniversary stream, so set a reminder if you want to see it. June 24th.
Yeah. Let's see. And Azure is saying, right, Sylvie has Earth and Lightning support. That makes a lot of sense too. Maybe it's not a DPS. We've had a lot of DPS lately. Maybe it's time for a cow support to come out. It's been a while. Like our last one was actually Kresnik, right?
I don't know, dude. It's been like a month or so since our last tank. It's time for another one.
Yes. True. We do have too few tanks in this game that we only get to use like on one trial at a time. I do want to say, like, Gumi, if you're listening, I would really like to have a reason to bring my fucking fledgling Warrior of Light somewhere. So if you could be great and just make this trial physically tankable so I can at least put him in a team, that'd be great, okay? Because like this amazing unit is sitting in my roster and I can't use it. Like it's amazing. I want to use this unit. I mean, I did bring him to this EX battle, but like he evaded everything. So I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Okay. All right, but we've gone on too far. Thanks for joining, Sinzar.
Sure thing.
And thanks for everyone in the chat that actually joined on this weird hour. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Later.